September 8th, 2020. The vlog is finally here, and you guys have encouraged me to do this since me and Jeff has been traveling all over the place, and I have been chronicling our adventures. And so here we are, we're doing it. Yet everyone wants to know about the baby. So let's dig into that story and get that on the table and put it to rest. Picture it. Sicily, 1999. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Okay, it was Birmingham, Alabama. I had always intended on having a Cosby Show family. I wanted 2 boys, 2 girls, and I wanted to be married first. We're adults. We all know things don't go as planned all the time. It was July the 27th, 1999. I was young and popping. Now, my knees just popping. I had met the one whom shall not be named. Back then, it wasn't against the law to say Lord Voldemort before all that snake shit was going on. Lord Voldemort had it going on, looked good on paper, we looked good together. But my spirit said, no. Don't get me wrong, I almost escaped. But that motherfucker wrote a poem about the night we met and railroaded 17 years out of my life. I spread like butter. Where was Derek Jackson back then? He could have saved my life. By the time the spell was broken, I was in my 40s. I was starting to live the life that I had always wanted to live. I'd finally stopped sitting on my hands. Jeff and I took a job traveling, grabbed us some passports, and y'all have been watching the rest ever since. Y'all wanted to vlog about traveling, and I wanted to do that. I enjoyed my life like it was. I want to put that there, but in the background, I wanted kids in my life. I was in the midst of putting this vlog together when it was time for my yearly physical. I went to the doctor and I decided to ask to check my fertility. And so we did my physical. It came back and my PSA was elevated. And for those of you who do not know, they measure your PSA to determine if you need to be screened for cancer. I was like, okay, but what does my fertility look like? And my doctor was like, that don't matter if you ain't gonna be here. So I went through that process to be screened for cancer. Everything came back good, but the clock started ticking. Those jokes I used to make to my girls about they're gonna let the last leaf fall, I apologize. I apologize. So, the clock is ticking. My dreams of having a baby was going up in smoke. I done already reached a certain age. My life done flashed before my eyes. So I had to decide right then, Bruce, if you don't have a baby, can you live with that? And the answer was no. I could not imagine not trying. So I decided to try. If it didn't work out, my life is great, but I did not want to always look back and realize that there was a time in my life that I could have went for it and I didn't. So I started looking at profiles for egg donors and surrogates, and the whole process, it was nothing warm about looking at pictures and details to decide who my child's mother was going to be. My most powerful relationship, y'all know, is with my mother, and I felt guilty because I felt I was essentially stealing that away from my child. Like, my baby will always wonder who this person is, and the thought was like a punch in the gut. So I couldn't do that. So I had to move these experience inward. And I started evaluating my relationships to determine if I can get an egg donor that way, so that my child will have a way of knowing where he or she came from. That search in itself had its own set of disappointments. I was on the verge of giving up, and that's when she came forward. Tara. She said she always wanted to be a surrogate. I'm like, okay. I weighed my pros and cons of the situation, and I realized that it was all pros, only one con. And I thought to myself, Lord, if this is the miracle that you're sending me, then I better jump on it. If I don't jump on it, I will look back on that moment and say to myself, it was right there. All I had to do was go for it. So I went for it. We started the process to have the baby. I did not tell Jeff because with our traveling the way that we do and traveling for work, a baby didn't fit into all of that, and I felt guilty for abandoning the plan. I did tell my friend Ayana. Ayana was a pillar to me during that time. To talk to someone about what was going on, I needed that. And so anyone who has actively tried to have a baby knows the disappointments that come when things don't stick. So that was difficult. There were things going on in the background that made me decide that the last try was the last try. I made peace with whatever happens, it happens. I will live with that. I did give it a try. If it's meant to be, it will happen. If not, so be it. Jeff and I jumped on a plane. We went to Asia for 3 months. And it was New Year's Eve. We were on the island, Koh Phangan in Thailand. I had literally spent the very best day of my life. I was in a beautiful place. I didn't have any issues at all. I was at peace in my mind, body, and spirit. It was 11:08 p.m. We were about to go into the New Year's Eve party when I decided my phone is about to die, so I need to call because this is the day that we're supposed to take the pregnancy test. So I called Tara and she said, let me take the test now. At that time, it was 11:08 in the morning in the US. So she got off the phone and took the test. A few minutes later, the picture came in Messenger. I looked at the picture and I was like, that looked like a faint line. So I called her and I was like, Tara, that looks like a faint line. And she said, it is. And as you know, a line is a line is a line. I'm having a baby. If you guys would like to continue on my surrogacy journey with me, subscribe to the Diary of Bruce Adonis Daily to turn the page. And I'll see you guys in the comments.
You're not gonna smile? You're not gonna give me the big smile? That baby not gonna give me the big smile again? That baby gonna give me a big smile again? No? Okay, no big smile for me?